there we are. Talk man radio, talk man. That's him. That's me. Hello. In case you guys don't get that reference, it's American Dad. That's a funny freaking show. Welcome to Talk Man Radio Show Live. That is me on Facebook right there. Welcome to the show. You can also follow Talkman Radio and 12 Ounce Sports Radio on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Welcome to the show. I'd like to thank everybody. I hope everybody had a great holiday. I hope you got everything you wanted. I got some books. Actually, my books are right here. I got this book, the Jordan Peterson book. I got this book that is, I don't know what these books are. But I'm gonna read them. Neither of them are sports related either. But welcome to the show. We're going to go into football this week. No more fantasy football. I never really got into the playoff fantasy football. I know some people do that. There's something floating around here. I don't know what that is. But that's interesting. I think I did that one year when I was working at a bar or something like that. You pick the guys, and as they get knocked out of the playoffs, you don't have the guys to put in your lineup. Never really got into that, but it looks interesting. Never did it, though. I think I did it once. Whatever. But this week, we're going to go over coaches. Coaches gone. See you, buddy. Hall of Fame finals that got, I think that was last night or the night before. Go over some of that. Of course, we're going to go over the playoff games. I got best bets for you, including Super Bowl picks. We're going to do Love is Nice. And then we're going to go into the playoff games a little more in detail. But thank you for the show. I'd like to say, hope everybody had a good holiday. Like I just said, I'm just reiterating myself because in case you can't notice, I got something going on here. And I'm going to be sniffling throughout the whole thing. But I'm here for you. So, let's talk about coaches. Let's talk about coaches first. Coaches who are gone. Keeping up with the latest coaches that have been let go. Head coaches who are gone. Let's close out of this. Okay. They already got rid of the guy from Carolina and the guy from Washington, Gruden and Rivera. I mean, I guess, he's been there long enough. He went to a Super Bowl, and they've dealt with him through bad seasons, but I guess it was, okay, we're done. Let's look at the guys who actually got fired on Black Friday, or Black Monday. Pat Shurmur. This guy has been given a few shots here and there. Never did anything. Never did anything as head coach. He's an offensive coordinator. That's it. I don't understand why they keep giving this guy shots. He's not a head coach. And the Giants need a head coach. They haven't had a head coach since Coughlin. And now I see that they're going after some guy from college. Not a big fan of that. Do some research. Find a guy who, I mean, not to say college coaches are bad, but that they can't transfer into the NFL, but Jimmy Johnson did it, and then I don't know. Tell me somebody else who's really come in the NFL and done very well. Pete Carroll, I know you're going to say Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll was an NFL coach before that. I mean, he kind of screwed up a little bit, but he was an NFL coach before that. He wasn't just a college coach. So I don't really go with Pete Carroll that much. Hit me up on Twitter, Talkman Radio at Twitter, and let me know what you think. Who, outside of Jimmy Johnson, I'm trying to think. I can't really think of anyone who's had just tons of success in the NFL. It's usually, to be an NFL head coach, you got to have there's a quality you have to have, and a lot of guys don't have it. But I don't think some of these. I think you get a better shot at getting a young coordinator and giving him a shot rather than these college coaches I mean, there are just names in the college ranks that you look at like Jesus Christ, that guy was terrible as a head coach. The guy, that guy, who is that guy? The guy from Florida. The guy from Florida. They're also talking about Urban Meyer. I don't know, but they're looking at. I don't know if they say it here, but they're looking at another guy from Baylor. A guy from Baylor. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he was served as assistant under Tom Coughlin. Maybe that helps. But I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of that. So Giants, Pat Shermer, he's out. He'll get an offensive coordinator job somewhere, maybe. Mike McCarthy's out there. Bring him in. Freddie Kitchens, he was out. I knew he was going to be out last year. I knew that this team was not going to make it. I remember. I think I've said this a million times. at my first fantasy draft, they were having an argument about how many games that Cleveland was going to win. And the guys would argue with the guys. There was one guy arguing that anyone who less than 12 wins is an idiot. I'm like, 10, 12 wins. Well, they could win 8, 9. I'm like, nah. And I thought, they'll win like 6, 7 games maybe. And they all looked at me like I had fucking things on my head like this. I was like, I just don't, just putting talent together doesn't make a team. I get it. They have Chubb and the quarterback and the 2 wide receivers and the defense, which I think is really good and has a chance to be a really top end defense if they can get the back end shored up a little bit. You need a good to be a really really good defense. You need guys at least one star at every level that makes the other guys in that level better. So I don't know if they have that in the secondary in Cleveland, but it seems like they got the front 4 set. They're good to go there. But Freddie Kitchens, I knew he was going to make it, even though I liked that he was with Parcells, I think, and I love Parcells, but I don't think this guy was ready for prime time with this team, especially with the amount of hype they were getting this year. It just wasn't going to work. But, I got that right. Got some other things wrong this year. Got that one right. And I'm going to stick to that. So I didn't get a lot right this year. So they're looking for somebody they should go with. You got a young quarterback. A lot of these bad teams have young quarterbacks that they can use like a McCarthy in there to get them, at least, he can put an offense in there that maybe they can coach them up to the point where they'll win games with their offense rather than being a defensive-minded team, which is what I think they wanted to do this year. I think they wanted them to be, have the offense move along and let the defense be the strength. Didn't work out. They had that guy hitting people in the head with helmets. That didn't work out. The whole team's a mess, and that's why they don't have a head coach now. But we'll see what happens with them. Some of the names to watch: Vikings offense, Kevin Stefanski, meh. Josh McDaniels, they're looking to give him another shot. Didn't do too well with, who was he with? Denver. Yeah, and his drafting skills didn't work out too well when he drafted Tim Tebow. Yeah, he drafted Tim Tebow in the first round. Excuse me. Greg Roman, maybe. Defense coordinator for the Saints, among others. But we'll see. There's another team that could use Packers head coach Mike McCarthy. I would look for that. Eric Bieniemy was a big name in there. You can see that at the bottom. He was a big name last year. I'm wondering if they're going to bring him back. But they need somebody who can come in and stabilize things. That's why I would go with Mike McCarthy rather than an offense coordinator that needs to Who is this guy? We have to look this guy up. You don't need to look up Mike McCarthy. You know what he's done. Won a Super Bowl. Look at Urban Meyer too. I'm not a big fan of bringing in college coaches. I already mentioned that, so keep going. Ron Rivera, but he was gone during the season, and then they got rid of the guy who who took over. He's gone now too. So all right, we'll see what happens there. Another team bringing in Mike McCarthy. Everybody's going to bring in Mike McCarthy. Ron Rivera already replaced Jay Gruden in Washington. We'll see what happens there. He's good for the defensive side of the ball. They could definitely use help on the defensive side of the ball in Washington, as well as the offensive side of the ball. You'd use a quarterback. I don't know if this Haskins is going to work out, but we'll see. You got a young quarterback in there. If he's any good, you bring him along, and then maybe he can have they can have success there. I don't like the top over there in Washington. Ever since that guy Snyder took over, I haven't seen anything in Washington that would tell me that they're ready to take the next step. Forget making the playoffs, sustaining a playoff run. Forget all that. Let's just talk about getting into the playoffs. Let's talk about getting to 500. It starts at the top, just like Cleveland. Washington's in the same boat, and it doesn't help that the division they're in, especially now, seems to be getting better. They have Dallas, which is loaded with talent, just need somebody to guide them, and we'll get to Dallas in a second. The Eagles, who won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, back in the playoffs again, 3 years straight. Only 3 other teams have been in the playoffs the last 3 years. And the Giants, who now at least have a quarterback that you think and a running back, the makings of a very high-powered offense there. Again, they need help on defense, but we'll see what happens. So, Jay Gruden replaced Ron Rivera, and I guess that's it. I thought there were some other ones. Oh, I guess they're talking about guys who just got fired on Black Monday. But also, you got to take into account Garrett from Dallas. I don't know what's going to happen with him, but he is not going to stay there. Not after this year. Not after the beginning of the year. They're doing all this. We're talking about Super Bowl runs and all this. They don't even make the playoffs. Ugh. And then, he's had teams that last year they were pretty good. They won a playoff game at home. They beat somebody at home, and then they lost to the Rams. And a few years ago, when they were 13-3, they had a rookie quarterback that played very well for being a rookie, and the rookie of the year. They had Zeke in there. They had it all set up. They couldn't do it. This team has to go another way. They need somebody in there. They need like a Mike McCarthy in there to come in and say, okay, this is how we're doing things. You can't bring in. That's why I don't think a college coach would work with this team. They need a head coach like a Parcells. We're going to Mike McCarthy, which is good. Who's going to have a job? So we'll see what happens. But those are the coaches, and what I think about what happened on Monday, where I think these teams should go. Not that they're going to let nobody's calling me, but I have my opinion, and that's what I'm giving you. So that's it for the coaches. Let's look at NFL Hall of Fame finalists. Interesting. Now, if there's anyone out there who's a little younger, maybe you don't know about some of these guys like Troy Polamalu. Maybe you know Reggie Wayne. Polamalu left a little bit before Reggie Wayne, I think. But he was a hell of a freaking... Troy Polamalu played for the Steelers alongside, at the same time as the guy from... I can't remember his name. Ed Reed. Two of the best safeties maybe of all time, in the same division, playing each other twice a year. Boy, they just showed you how to play safety in the NFL. Troy Polamalu was a fantastic player. I mean, he's one of those guys that he was at the back end. He covered up a lot of things that went wrong back there, and he made big plays. He was a really great safety. Colts wide receiver Reggie Wayne. I mean, we'll get into Reggie Wayne. I mean, Reggie Wayne put up a bunch of numbers because he had a quarterback that was top of the hill. But if you notice, there's only 5 other first-time finalists. Torrey Holt, Bryant Young. He was good. I don't know about Hall of Fame. I don't know if I'd give him Hall of Fame ranking yet, but okay. Zach Thomas, he was a really good player. I don't know if he's Hall of Fame. Leroy Butler, don't know if he's Hall of Fame. Sam Mills, yeah, he was really, really good. He had 2. I don't know how many of those other linebackers. They had a linebacker core in, for anyone who doesn't remember, in New Orleans that was just, all 4 of those guys were just bonkers. And Sam Mills was one of them. Jackson, I don't remember all of them, but they were all really, really good. Couldn't win nothing with them. Four great linebackers. At least one of them's in the Hall of Fame. And they're looking to put a second one in there. Along with Richard Seymour, who was with the Patriots when they started this whole run back in 2001. God, younger people don't even know how long this has been going on. 20 years has been going on. I don't know if it's going to finish that way this year, but they've been top of the league team for 20 years. That's amazing. Steve Hutchinson, he should go in. He was an amazing guard. I remember when he got brought into. He played for, I forget who he played for first, but the Vikings ended up signing him and putting him in their lineup when they had Adrian Peterson, and just forget it. That guy was just a road grader. Alan Faneca, another really good guard. Edgerrin James, 2 guys so far that played with Peyton Manning. What's that tell you? Isaac Bruce played with Torrey Holt. John Lynch, he was a really good safety. Tony Baselli, really good tackle. Did not play as long as he should have. I think that might be why he's on his 14th year. And Steve Atwater, another great safety, best known for knocking Christian Okoye on his ass. If anyone wants to go look up Steve Atwater and Christian Okoye, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's 2 coaches, Tom Flores. He's a little before my time. I think he won a Super Bowl with Marcus Allen and the Raiders, if I'm not mistaken. And Don Coryell, he's famous for bringing the throwing the ball all over the place, being one of the first guys to throw the ball all over the place. Nowadays, it's more throwing the ball all over the place, incorporated with the West Coast offense. But he was just, we're throwing it. We're throwing it. That's all we're doing. Running the ball. We're throwing it. But he's a little before my time. I don't know exactly how he looked. I've seen video, but I didn't live through it. 2 coaches, and rest in peace, Sam Weiss. He passed away. I think he passed away this week. Since we've had he endured battles of melanoma and urged since I've had wear suntan lotion. Yeah, it's a shame. He was a good coach. He went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, went to the Super Bowl in 1988, lost 20-16 to the 49ers when Joe Montana led that drive down the field at the end of the game and threw to John Taylor. I watched that. That was a great Super Bowl. That was one of the top Super Bowls of all time. Yeah, it's a shame for him. Rest in peace, buddy. But yeah, a lot of these guys. I mean, I find it funny that two of Edgerrin James and Reggie Wayne. Not saying they weren't great players, but they had a great quarterback with them in the Hall of Fame already. Might as well just be in the Hall of Fame. And he brought he. You guys are coming with me. Anybody who's gonna play with me, you can come with me. Not to say they weren't great, but Edgerrin James, uh, Edgerrin James, when he left, I mean he had a short shelf life. He was when he came in, he was great. I remember there was a big, in case again for people who don't remember, he was in the same draft as Ricky Williams, and Ricky Williams was best running back coming out of college, best one. Forget it. Anybody who's taking a running back, if you have a chance to take Ricky Williams, they did not. They took the Colts had the fourth pick. I'm gonna say something like that. And they took Edgerrin James. And the rest is history. Because they said Ricky Williams he wasn't a good fit because he couldn't catch the ball as well. And they had a quarterback who was going to dump the ball off and Edgerrin James. And they made the right pick. This guy's going to the Hall of Fame. I don't see Ricky Williams going to the Hall of Fame. Maybe, I see him smoking a lot of weed, but I don't see him going to the Hall of Fame. But once Edgerrin James was done in Indianapolis, that was the end of him. He went to Arizona after that. Didn't work out very well. He was just, running backs have, they have tread on the tires, and once that tread's gone, forget it. They can't do it. But the guard, Steve Hutchinson, really good player. Richard Seymour, he was good, but he played with a lot of other really great players on that defense. This is interesting. I'm interested to see how this works out. Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce both on there for Hall of Fame finalists. Played with the greatest show on turf. That was a great offense that they put together over there. Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner's in. Marshall Faulk's in. Now you're gonna get at least one of these guys. You're gonna get at least one of Torrey Holt or Isaac Bruce. I'm going to go with Torrey Holt probably. And you're going to get probably Reggie Wayne. Of the two guys from Indianapolis and St. Louis, you're going to get probably one of each. I wouldn't go with both of them. And I wouldn't go with Edgerrin James. I'll go with Reggie Wayne and Torrey Holt rather than Isaac Bruce, who was great, fast, but I think Torrey Holt had a little better of a career than he did. But it's and with it being 100 years, they're doing all kinds of extra stuff this year, so it's going to be interesting to watch. But it's fun to take a look at that kind of stuff. But as of now, I'll go with that. I'll also go with my bookie. That's who else I'm going with. MyBookie. MyBookie is the best online sports gaming site around, period. You're not going to find a better one. They have up-to-the-minute odds for college, pro games, and live racing from all around the country. MyBookie even has an online casino for you can sit there and play, including some of the most beautiful live dealers that you'll ever see. So you get to sit there and watch, both hands on the keys. Go to MyBookie and use the promo code 12ounce sports. That's 12OZ Sports for a deposit bonus up to $1,000. It's like having a casino in the comfort of your own home. You won't be disappointed, I guarantee. MyBookie is the place you want to be. Didn't mean to rhyme there. But go check out MyBookie and don't forget to use the promo code 12ounce sports for the deposit bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie.com. Check it out. So we did the Hall of Fame, which I always like to see that every year, see who's going in. And now we're going to look at the playoffs. Yeah, let's take a look at the playoffs. Playoffs. So, we've got it all set up for this weekend. We've got Bills Texans, and they're doing it. Where is the schedule? Is this the schedule? Oh, let me find the schedule for you. It's funny how they. Oh, well, here it is at the top. Excuse me. AFC is tomorrow, and NFC is. Where'd you go? What happened? There it is. AFC's tomorrow, and NFC's Sunday. I don't remember it being that way. I thought it was supposed to be like 1-1 and 1-1, but either way. So yeah, you get football from 4:30 to midnight tomorrow, and then Sunday you get no, thank you. No sacks here from Russell Wilson, by the way. All right, we're done with that. Russell Wilson. We'll see him Sunday. We'll see him in Philly Sunday, as a matter of fact. So, Buffalo, Houston, Tennessee, New England, Minnesota, New Orleans on Sunday, and then ending with Seattle and Philly at 4:40 on Sunday. There's gonna be something's gonna happen. You just know something's gonna happen. This isn't gonna go the way it's supposed to go. It's not gonna be Houston, New England, New Orleans, Philly. I don't think it is. You got too many good teams out there playing too many other teams that aren't next level good, better than the teams they're playing. Like Houston, I'm not a big Houston guy. They can have all the Deshaun Watsons and DeAndre Hopkins they want. They're not that good. I think J.J. Watt's coming back or something. Now, he's a big piece of that defense. And him not being around may have cost him a game or two. I mean, but every year, he gets hurt. I mean, it's a shame because I really like him. I mean, all the stuff he does. Like, remember when they had that whole thing? He got all that money. He used his celebrity and all that to help all those people in Houston. That's the kind of thing. You got a guy like that on your team, you're good to go. The team, first off, never get rid of that guy. Even though despite that, they gave him, God, what was that contract they gave him? They gave him like $100 million or something like that. And he had the right attitude. I remember he had the interview after he got that. He said, "Yeah, no, I don't drink. Well, this is my job. I have to keep myself in shape. Plenty of time for drinking after I'm done playing." I'm like, this guy, that's pretty good. Because I'll bet if he wanted to, he could probably lay down fucking 230 packs if he wanted to. He's a big guy. So, I'm not a big Houston guy. Buffalo's a good team. They're on the rise. And I think when New England kind of, you got to realize that they're coming to the end. Buffalo is putting themselves in a position to be the team that takes over for them and then runs that division for, who knows? I don't know if it's going to be 20 years, but they're setting themselves up for to be in a good position when Belichick and Brady we're done. We're here now, and this is all going to be our division for a little while at least. So, but them playing Houston this weekend, I'm not a big Houston guy. Buffalo could beat them. Tennessee, New England, I don't see Tannehill got player of the month and all that. I'm going to go with New England in this game. Yeah, I think New England. I don't think Tennessee's going to beat. They played them 2 years ago and beat the crap out of them with Mariota in there. I mean, Tennessee. This guy's a little better, but Minnesota, New Orleans. They played already a couple years ago. Minnesota won that game. I'm sure New Orleans remembers that, so I don't see Minnesota doing that. Seattle, Philly, meh. I think Philly's actually. They're playing much better than Seattle's playing right now, so that's going to be another interesting to see what happens there. So, with that said, I need hydration. Oh God, I feel like crap. But anyway, let's get into let's get into. This camera plan. Think your 401k is safe? Is in safe hands? Think again. Your 401k is invested in the market. If it goes down, you go down with it. Ever heard of Enron? Remember the Great Recession? All those things. If you're close to retirement, I can't stress this enough. Consider moving your retirement savings to a self-directed IRA with Camel Plan. Camel Plan allows you the ability to invest in alternate investments such as precious metals, real estate, mortgage notes, and many other things. Go to camelplan.com and educate yourself on how to make your retirement savings work for you. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until things go bad and then wonder what to do. Do it now. For more information on how Camel Plan can help you and take control of your retirement, make it work for you, call 866-559-4430. Ask for William Mucker. He's my client executive. He can help you too. Make sure you tell him Talkman sent you. Remember, Talkman. That's Camel Plan. CAMAPLAN.com. Camelplan.com. Check them out. We're going to get into gambling. You want to gamble? Now, what I have to do is find... Well, looks like I'm going to have to go to it now. There we go. I use freeplays.com. I should get them on board. I use them every week. This guy, slam dunking stuff. McCaffrey, blah, blah, blah. Live odds. Here we go. So, we've got Buffalo at Houston. Houston 2.5. Money line is plus 125, minus 145. The under is 43.5. They're all going to be around that same number, except for Minnesota, New Orleans. Look, they're 49.5, probably go up to 50. Tennessee at New England, minus 5. Wow, Tennessee's plus 185. The under is 44.5. Minnesota is at New Orleans, and they're minus 7.5. Over a touchdown favorite. Wow, plus 320 for Minnesota. Minus 420 for New Orleans. That's a lot. For a playoff game, that's a lot. I take the money line on that. The under is 49.5. Seattle at Philly. Seattle, road favorite. I don't like road favorites, especially in the playoffs. Seattle's 1.5. Philly's plus 105. And the total is 45. So let's see what the experts say. And I got a lot from the experts today. We're talking about Super Bowls, talking about all that stuff. So, you know who the experts are. We don't have to go over that, but we will. So, at the end of the season, the regular season, it looks like the old man ended up on top with 3 games under 500. Hope we didn't pick our games. 24, 3 games under 5, 24, 27, and 5. Not great. And then it looks like, me and the book ended up kind of around the same, 23, 31, and 2 for the book, and I was 24 and 32. So we're both 8 games under. He had 5. He had two losses. With me, though, you're winning or you're losing with me. Mostly losing. But let's talk about the games we got this weekend. We're going to use the old man first. The old man likes Buffalo. Buffalo plus 2.5 on the road at Houston. He doesn't like Houston at all. I don't like Houston either as a team. They don't do well in the playoffs. I've never seen them. I don't think they've ever made a conference championship. Have they? They may have been. They may have had a bye. I don't even think they've had a bye. They're just not. They don't have a running game. They're not that. They're not that great. They're pretty. They're good, but they're not great in any area. I do like. I mean, you gotta love Hopkins, and Deshaun Watson's a really good quarterback. But I just don't see when it comes to when the money the figure thing means the money. When it gets to that point, they don't really have it. So they're going with he's going with Buffalo plus the 2.5 at home. I get it. I'm not going to argue with him. That's who he wants. He can have him. In the next game, he likes Tennessee getting 5. He likes points. I don't blame him. He won. Hey, he had the best record, so I guess you can't really argue with him. He's going with Tennessee on the road at New England. They get plus 185 on the money line. Not bad. 44.5. We're going to go with Tennessee. I'm just not a big fan of Tennessee against New England. New England played them before and they beat the crap out of them. So, but he wants Tennessee. You can have him. He's also taking on the Sunday games. He's going with New Orleans, given 7.5. 7.5 over a touchdown. Doesn't like Minnesota. He's going to take New Orleans plus 7.5 at home. 49.5. That's a big number. And in the late game on Sunday, he's taking the Eagles. He's going EAGLES. Eagles at home, getting the points. You got to take points at home in the playoffs. Even I know that, and I don't know nothing. Even I know that. Eagles at home, getting 1.5. The money line's plus 105. So that's who. Those are the games he's taking. We've got Super Bowl picks. I'll hit them at the end. We're going to go with the book next. I'll do myself last. Fine. The book likes Buffalo as well. Buffalo at home. Buffalo on the road getting 2.5. I get it. The book is taking New England -5. Yeah, they're at home. Yeah. So we got a home and away, and then he's got another away with Minnesota plus 7.5 on the road. That's over a touchdown in the playoffs. I get it. A team that they beat this team 2 years ago, and I guess giving them 7.5. Why not? Minnesota isn't bad. They've got some guys who are hurt. I think they're coming back, but they're coming off injuries. I don't know. And New Orleans could have blood in their eye. They probably will. They played well enough to get the bye, but just not that. They lost that game a couple weeks ago. That basically knocked them out of the bye. So, now they got to play Minnesota at home. So he's going to go with Minnesota, and he's taking Philly plus 1.5. Home dog in the playoffs. I get it. Okay. So that's the book. Me, I'm going to take Houston on the road. I'm going to take Houston at home. I'll give it. At some point, they got to win something. At some point, they got to win. And Buffalo, I'm not a big fan of their offense. So we're going to take Houston. We're going to take Houston at home. New England, I'm taking New England at home. Like I said, they beat Tennessee. They beat Tennessee a couple years ago, and it was a blowout. It wasn't even close. Everybody thought, because Mariota throws a touchdown to himself and gets in the end zone, they're great. It didn't work out that way. When the game actually had to be played, they got destroyed. So, we'll go with New England. I'm pretty sure they know how to beat them, and I think they'll do it again. And New England, they're not used to playing. I think I saw they haven't played in this round, in the wild card round, since 2009. Freaking decade it's been since they had to play. It's not like they weren't making the playoffs. They were in the playoffs all that time. They just had the bye every year. So they're not used to this. I'm sure they want to come out, knock them out, get in the next round, and then we'll see what goes on from there. So we're going to go with New England, Minnesota at New Orleans. I'm taking New Orleans because they know I'm not a big Minnesota guy. They're not that. I don't like Cousins. Running backs are banged up. I do like that running back. It's just he gets hurt too much. And what do you do? Go with even Madison, who I also like. He's coming back as well, but I don't think that's going to be enough for New Orleans. They got too much on offense. So we're going to take New Orleans, given the 7.5. And I as well am taking the Eagles plus 1.5 at home. You got to take home dogs in the playoffs. You just got to do it. You can't not do it. You got to do it. Got to do it. So, quick recap. The book, Buffalo, New England, Minnesota, and Philly. The old man's Buffalo, Tennessee, New Orleans, and Philly. And I'm taking Houston, New Orleans, Houston, New England, New Orleans, and Philly. Super Bowl picks. We're gonna go with the book first. The book likes for the Super Bowl. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But he's gonna go with Green Bay, Baltimore in the Super Bowl, with Baltimore winning the whole thing. The old man. Well, me and the old man both have the same thing. It's gonna be an all-state Super Bowl. Kansas City, Green Bay. That's good. That could be a really good game if it happens that way. I'd like to see that. The underdog's gonna be 60. Kansas City, Green Bay. The old man has Green Bay winning. I have Andy Reid finally getting a Super Bowl with Kansas City if they get there. I see that. Even if they have to play. I mean, the thing I like about Kansas City is they don't run the ball that well, but they have ways around that, you know. So we'll see what happens. But those are the Super Bowl picks, and those are the picks of this weekend. We'll see what happens this weekend. See how we get through that. So we got that out of the way, and these are big games this weekend. You know, big stuff. You know what I'm getting at. Seat Giant. Some events you just have to see live. Seat Giant. The big rivalry game, playoff game. Your favorite band on their 17th farewell tour. Maybe you want to surprise somebody who takes to a play they wanted to see. If so, SeatGiant.com is the place to go. Seat Giant has tickets for anything, for sports events, concerts, theater tickets, whatever you want. There it is right there. It's here. Go to SeatGiant.com and use promo code 12OunceSports. That's 12OZ Sports for discounts on tickets to live events. Sometimes you just have to see it live. Doesn't mean you have to pay full price. Go to SeatGiant.com and use promo code 12OunceSports to get ticket discounts and make lifelong memories. And you'll be able to say, I saw it live. I was there. I saw that when he did that, when he did this thing, when he did that. I saw that. Don't forget, SeatGiant.com is the best place for live tickets. SeatGiant.com. Check them out. Remember this play? When he did all that? There'll be a play this weekend. You watch. There'll be a play this weekend that people are going to be like, oh my God, did you see that play? I might be in bed. Just sick. Excuse me again. So, as we said, oh God, we're going to have to go through this. That girl's still kind of hot. Yeah, Saturday, January 4th. Okay, all right. I can't do it. Tomorrow the games start at, let's just double check, 4:30 till about 11, midnight. We'll call it midnight. 4 to midnight. From 4 to midnight. That is Saturday. Whoa, that's Saturday the 11th. This is Saturday the 4th. Let's see what's on. Can't wait. This girl again. With her tits. Saturday, January 4th. Can't wait. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see it. Looks like, well, I'll start at 3:30. At 3:30, this is, as you all know, wait a minute, let me get all my stuff together. Let me get all my ducks in a row for you. This is the part of the show we call Love is Nice. It's sponsored by BiscottiGourmet.com. Biscotti Gourmet is a new take on an old Italian tradition. A soft-baked mini biscotti and many delicious flavors. We're in the holiday season now, so you're going to get a whole different type of flavors now, including apple caramel, orange walnut, orange cranberry walnut. Very good. And these are the flavors for this time of the year. Go Go to biscottigourmet.com and use the promo code TALKMAN. That's TALKMAN for 20% off your order. Any flavor is a wonderful compliment with your coffee in the morning or as a guilty pleasure treat. biscottigourmet.com. Check them out. Great stuff. And they sponsored this part of the show called Love is Nice. This is for the guys out there who want to watch football but think that it's better to be a good partner. And when they say, I want to watch something, you give up watching football. And they only do it during sports. She takes the chicken leg out of her mouth and says, I want to watch something, and you go and do it. This is what you're going to be watching instead of football, if you're one of those guys. So let's get into it. At 3:30, you're going to get a December bride. Layla is dreading the Christmas time wedding of her cousin because she's not married because of marrying Layla's ex-fiance. Who does that? Who marries somebody's ex-fiance? Well, just fucking, they should be called a trailer park bride. That's all this should be called. Layla's dreading the Christmas time wedding of her cousin who's marrying Layla's ex-fiance. Those are the people who marry people's ex-fiance. She begrudgingly accepts Seth's offer to be her date as she's out of options. A trailer park bride. Yeah, she's kind of hot. There we go. At 5. Oh, wait, no, this is AM. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe is where we're getting at. I'm sorry. When Darcy returns home, that's good. If you want to wake up at 3 in the morning and watch that, sounds good. Trailer Park Christmas. When Darcy returns home to plan a Christmas charity event with her old rival Luke, she realizes what is important in life by repairing a relationship with her father and finding love. Stars Lacey Chabert. Yeah, the little party 5 girl, and Brandon Penny. Never heard of the guy. She'll be in at least one more of these movies. Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe. Sounds lame. Right before Christmas. Right, as in writing. It's great. I see what they're saying. Jessica sends Christmas... Oh, I've seen this one before. Jessica sends Christmas cards to those special to her. The aunt who raised her brother, an aging pop star. Why? Who cares? This is like the Marge Simpson episode. She sent Ringo her picture. I hung it on my wall. You're a great artist. Aging pop star. Nobody cares. Probably rolling up the card and doing a freaking line of coke with it. Give me a break. The teacher inspired her. Her friend always tells the truth. Stars Tori DeVito and Chad Michael Murray. I think that dude used to be in he made one real movie and that was the end of it. Now he's making this crap. Christmas at the Plaza. When historian Jessica is hired to create the Plaza's Christmas display, why do they have a historian doing that? She finds more than facts while teaming up with handsome decorator. Why isn't she decorating? Why do you need a historian to decorate? Just get a decorator in there. Spending too much money, but I guess the Plaza can afford it. Nick, to bring the display to life, stars Elizabeth Henstridge. Ooh, is she related to Natasha Henstridge? Now, she's hot. I'll watch her in one of these movies. I bet she's still hot. She's like 50. The girl who's in that... God, what was she in? Species? Oh, my God, that girl was so hot. I'd rather watch that on Hallmark. Curses at the Plaza. Just give me a break. Winter in Vale. Don't know where Vale is. Never heard of it. Chelsea. Oh, look. Her again. She's in... I don't know. She's in 3 o'clock, and then back at 9 o'clock, she's back on again. Chelsea inherits a house in Vale. Don't know where Vale is. She meets Owen and gets a much-needed break. To fuck. She has been fucking. That's she fucked all the time. In Vale. They should call this movie Fucking in Vale. I didn't call it that. Together they put on Strudel Fest. Yeah. Strudel on my face. They put on Strudel Fest to highlight the charm of Old Vale. Stars Lacey Chabert and Tyler Hyde. Fuck. And then instead of watching the end of the late game. You can watch Love on the Slopes. Newark-based editor Alex is sent to an extreme sports outpost to write a story. At first, she fails at everything. Sure she does. Much to the chagrin of Cole. Where do they get these names? An extreme sports enthusiast thinks the city girl should head back to Europe. Get out of here. Before you go, blow me. Then get out of here. God, I feel like shit. That's Saturday. Let's do Sunday real quick, and then we'll get you out of here. Again, they just keep putting the same girl. This is their movie of the year, Winter in Vale. Yeah, I know. I can't wait. Yeah, come on, give me a break. Not only that, I've already done this movie, and it doesn't premiere on January 4th. I've seen it already. It was on like fucking 2 weeks ago. So this is on 1 o'clock. Love's Complicated. That's what the fucking what's her face is doing now. She's from that show with the other girl. The show that just guys just watch jerk off. That was Charm. That was it. All little hot girls. Unbelievable. Latest surprise enrollment and conflict management class pushes her to develop friendship, love, and inner strength. Stars Holly Marie calls Ben Bass. Never heard of him. That guy's got a weird head. Love's Complicated. It's just stupid. Snow coming at 3 o'clock. Samantha returns home for her town's winter festival with her father's time from coaching. She's surprised to see that Jake, NFL quarterback, and her high school sweetheart. So yeah, okay, yeah, he's gonna get a quick, finger up his ass, and then he's gonna head back to L.A., whatever city he's playing in. Winter Castle, when Jenny attends a wedding at a magical ice hotel. Why does it matter? What do they have? Harry Potter there? Gandalf? She's surprised when she connects with the best man, Craig. Yeah, I'm sure she's for the best man just sitting there. Come on. What's a best man do if they're not attached to anybody? They bang everybody they can. And his daughter, will the romance of the hotel bring them together? I hope so. I do. At 5 o'clock, stars Emily Ullerup and Kevin McGarry. I'm sorry, Gary McGarry. What a lame name that would be. Again, Winter at Vale. We're done with that. And, is that what's her face? I think that's the little girl. I don't know. But the game will be over by then. So, that is Love is Nice. That's what you're going to be doing. So, let's look at the playoff games real quick before we head out of here. And you're on to the next show on 12 Ounce Sports. Don't leave the channel. Keep listening. There's plenty of good stuff on this channel. We do a lot of hockey on this channel. Which, when football's over, I'm going to have to switch up to, probably switch up to basketball a little bit. Keep you informed on anything new in the NFL. But we'll probably switch up to basketball. I have to get up to speed on my hockey because we love our hockey here on 12 Ounce Sports. So let's take a look at the games and see what's going on in terms of, let's take a look at this. I'm so sorry I sound like fucking dog shit. These are the ranks. The Bills do have a really good defense. I can't believe they're 9th in rushing. This Houston, they don't have a real running back. It's really, really strange.
The AFC and what jumps out at you in Bills versus
This girl. Yeah, J.J. Watt's coming back. I'm not going to listen to her. Her boobs. So, J.J. Watt is coming back. That's going to be a big boost for them. I'm taking Houston in this game, plus 2.5. Minus 2.5. There's a lot to be said for the home dogs. Or for the home team, especially in the playoffs. I get it that this year the home team's kind of been a little different. The home team advantage hasn't been as noticeable as it has in the past. But once the playoffs come around, you get the good teams in there, and it kind of gets puts itself back into its own place. I didn't realize their offense is ranked 13th. They have Watson in there. And I know their passing's up there, but I'm surprised to see their rushing is 9th. They're 9th in rushing. I did not see that coming. I know Carlos Hyde's had some good games here and there, But I guess with Deshaun Watson actually adding in rushes of his own, that does move you up a couple spots. But still, I would have put them at middle of the pack somewhere. Did not know they were so high up there. Interesting. If Buffalo's going to win this game, this is how they're going to win this game. This defense. Houston letting up a big play, and them making a big play on defense. That's the biggest difference you can see out of all these lines. It's the biggest difference you can see. This right here, really, really good defense versus really poor defense, even with J.J. Watt coming back. New England. Computer. Again, looks like the same thing. They do run the ball, but New England can run the ball too. It's not like they can't run the ball. Last year they had Sony Michel just running all over the place. I think they'll get back to that a little more. They're middle of the pack this year. All right, enough with this girl again. With the
In their last 5 times.
kind of hot, but they try to make the hot, smart girl. Okay, well, not a lot. I don't know, a lot of them out there. Yeah, they're gonna. You know what they're gonna do. How they're gonna run the ball. Their passing has jumped up. I mean, they were so bad passing the ball that Tannehill just in the last 8 weeks brought them up to 21st. They must have been in the 500th because now they're 21st. New England's 8th, which Brady's losing a little bit, but here's the big thing. Again, defense. In the playoffs, it's defense all over the place. So defense has to make a big play, get a fumble, turnover, return, something. I think they will. New Orleans, Minnesota. There we get the girl with the hot smart girls are going to come up again. They're rushing attack. The big swing here with their rushing. I'm surprised that New Orleans is down to middle of the pack. Yeah, we'll see about that. Thank you. Oh, come on with this. What the hell's... All right. Their rushing attack with them not in there, that's a big blow to them. New Orleans can pass the ball. I'm surprised they're 23rd in the league. I guess that's because at the beginning of the year they weren't really throwing the ball. You remember the first game the Vikings played 10 passing attempts. So I get that they had to come back from that. The defenses are pretty even. I actually like Minnesota's defense a little more. I think they have a few more big play guys. And New Orleans offense is down a little further than I thought it would be. But I think New Orleans overall they're pretty high up there in all the facets. They're not at the bottom in anything, and they're in the top 10 of two of the big ones, passing offense, and they're passing and their offense. So and their defense is only ranked 11th. Like I said, that's why I'm taking New Orleans. I like New Orleans in this game, and they're pissed off. And Minnesota, what they try and do on offense is run the ball, and their running backs are hurt. So, and a big one. Marshawn Lynch will score 2 touchdowns versus the Eagles. I don't think so, buddy. I really don't think so. They have no running backs. Another team. This is why I don't like New Orleans here. Or not New Orleans. Seattle. They want to run the ball. They have no running backs. Now what? Now everything's with Russell Wilson? Not that he can't do it. All right, enough with this. They want to run the ball. That's what they've done all year. Oh, come on. Are they going to do this to me? The last minute of the show. We're going to do this. Anyway, so that's the end of the show. Pretty much. Sorry about all this crap in the way.
If we had a custom wedding website,
Anyway, I like the Eagles. That's it. Enjoy this weekend's games. Don't let your girlfriend make you watch stupid stuff. Bye.